It's about potholes, politics, and also buck passing, where the government of the day is not willing to take responsibility or accountability for the poor state of civic infrastructure. Faced with tough questions about the menace of potholes, among other serious concerns, as far as the capital city of Bengaluru is concerned, among other parts of the state of Karnataka, the question everyone's asking is, has Mr. Siddaramaiah decided to pass the buck and shift responsibility? His response has been, please ask Mr. Shivakumar, who is not just the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, he also happens to be the nodal minister for Bengaluru as well. This was when he was specifically asked a question on the state of potholes in the city of Bengaluru, and the deadline for repairing those potholes is concerned. Let's in fact listen into what Mr. Siddaramaiah said.
Please ask D.K. Shivakumar.
Sir, Modi has taken, there is a conflict.
Well, let me go across to my colleague Neha once again. Neha, whether it's the cabinet in the center, whether it's the cabinet inside a state, they all work according to the collective responsibility of the cabinet as well. So is Mr. Siddaramaiah in this case, by basically telling a journalist to ask questions about civic infrastructure in Bengaluru to D.K. Shivakumar instead, clearly passing the buck? Is this absolving himself of any responsibility for the poor state of civic infrastructure in Karnataka's capital?
Well, so that's shocking to say the least. You know, this is the administrative head of the entire state. The Chief Minister here going on to, of course, suggest, when our colleague Imran there has questioned him about the potholes, about the deadline being today, about potholes still prevalent across the city, he says, and he very clearly says, to ask his deputy about the same, his deputy D.K. Shivakumar here, who handles the Bangalore development portfolio, or the development portfolio as far as the city is concerned. Really quite shocking, to say the least. Of course, it was indeed, let's remind our viewers, while it was D.K. Shivakumar who had announced the deadline, the Chief Minister was the one who had very strictly warned that action would be taken against all of officials, errant officials, if potholes are not filled across the city. And today, even as we've done our ground reports establishing the sad state of affairs of Bengaluru's road, this is the unfortunate response coming in from the Chief Minister.
Right. So even as Karnataka government set multiple deadlines to fill the potholes around Bengaluru city, Times Now has now done a reality check which shows how the pothole crisis is far from over in Bengaluru.
The Karnataka government has been under fire from citizens and activists alike over the issue of not filling up potholes. Well, today, viewers, is October 31st. The deadline that the Karnataka government had set for itself to fill up the potholes has arrived, and we on Times Now decided to do a reality check. Now, while we've been traveling across the city in many parts, on the main roads at least, it appears that there has been some patchwork, there has been some tar that has been laid on the potholes in a bid to quickly cover them up. Having said that, in many other parts, like we're reporting right now from Baswangudi, it seems like there's been a very shoddy job that's done, and evidently the potholes have still not been filled up. What we're showing you right now is one such situation wherein you see that there has been tar that's been laid up over here in two separate patches, but right next to this, where there's a pothole there that's in fact surfaced, the authorities have clearly failed to fill it up. Now, this happens to be the situation in many of the other main roads or sub-arterial roads across the city. And the question that has been raised now by many is, in a bit to cover this up,